Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. It's Tuesday. It's time for some entertainment news. What do you got for us, Kaylee?
You know, Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I loved him.
I like that cut-in. Well, Scooby-Doo is back. Disney is selling off some rare collectibles, and celebrity fan favorites go home with some new hardware. Here's a look at what's topping your entertainment headlines.
Harriet lead star Cynthia Erivo releases the music video to Stand Up, the original song she co-wrote and performs for the new biopic about iconic American freedom fighter Harriet Tubman.
Maybe it's time we made our new movie.
Scooby-Doo and Shaggy reunite in the first teaser trailer for Scoob, a new upcoming animated film showing how the crime-fighting duo first met. Will Forte, Zac Efron, Amanda Seyfried, and Gina Rodriguez are among the star-studded voice cast.
Let me officially welcome you to Fantasy Island.
And the classic 1970s TV series Fantasy Island is getting the horror movie treatment and the upcoming big screen adaptation. The new trailer gives a first look at the dark twist starring Michael Pena as Mr. Rourke, the owner and operator of a luxurious island where guests get to live out their desired fantasy.
Here, anything and everything is possible.
Well, this is no fantasy. You can now own a piece of Disney history. Starting December 7th, Van Eaton Galleries in Los Angeles is preparing to put 1,500 rare items on the auction block. The History of Disneyland and Walt Disney World event honors the history of the beloved parks.
It does it through not only historical documents, but also signage and props from the park, cast member items, everything you can imagine.
Items up for bid range from a time before the theme parks opened their gates to present day.
We have everything from a file copy of the original 1953 prospectus Walt used to get financing on the park. We have doors from Main Street buildings, Haunted Mansion stretch paintings, ride vehicles, things as small as ashtrays from the 1950s, all the way to a 2-carat diamond that was given away for their 60th anniversary.
Some of the iconic items include an opening day guidebook autographed by Walt Disney, which is expected to fetch between $7,000 and $9,000. An original map of Disneyland, a bronze statue of Mickey Mouse, and animatronic birds from the Tiki Room, estimated to sell for between $80,000 and $100,000. Plus another doll from It's a Small World, which will likely grab $15,000 to $20,000.
They bring back a lot of fond memories.
And people are still buzzing about the People's Choice Awards Sunday night. The people have spoken. The E! People's Choice Awards celebrated pop culture favorites voted on by the fans. Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston won Comedy Movie of 2019 for Murder Mystery. Zendaya and Robert Downey Jr. were named Female and Male Movie Stars of the Year. Drama movie star went to Cole Sprouse, who poked fun at his fellow nominees.
Some of the other newcomers in this category, specifically DiCaprio and Pitt, just keep your heads up.
On the small screen, the trophy went to Stranger Things. Keeping Up with the Kardashians is the fan-favorite reality show, and nighttime talk show winner Jimmy Fallon sent thanks to veterans.
A shout out to all the men and women who serve our country, and thank you for everything.
In music, fans voted Blake Shelton the Country Music Artist of 2019, while Alessia Cara and Kelsey Ballerini delivered powerful performances. The show also honored several pop culture icons. Trendsetter Gwen Stefani was named the fashion icon for her style over the years, while Pink takes home the People's Champion Award for her charity work.
Kindness today is an act of rebellion.
And Jennifer Aniston received the top trophy of the night, the People's Icon Award.
We don't do this for the critics or for, for each other. We do it for you guys.
Fans voted on 43 categories, and for the second year in a row, the show went hostless.
You know, there was a scene before all of this started on the red carpet. It was the Kardashian group. Kourtney was asked who she was wearing, and she said some designer's name, but she wasn't sure of how to pronounce it. And then Kim chimes in saying, but we're all wearing KKW diamonds or something like that.
Okay.
And lots of people are saying it was a very awkward encounter.
First of all, Kourtney knew they were going to ask who she was wearing. Why would she not know how to pronounce the designer's name?
I'm not sure. I mean, she came back and said, yes, I knew who my designer was. I was just unsure of how to pronounce it. Some of
say-
them do have weird names that are hard to pronounce.
And even if you think you have it right, sometimes you mess it up. I mean, I'm just saying from experience, you know, that's true.
Right.
But so what the diamonds? I don't know that person who creates those diamonds.
KKW is Kim Kardashian's brand.
That's her brand.
So she was
Of course,
just giving
they're
out a
promoting
personal shout out.
I do watch that show sometimes, I have to be honest. I don't know why. I think they're just so... The thing that I like about the Kardashians, as crazy as they are, they do seem to stick with the family unit. They do seem to be pretty close in their... you know, they work things out and that sort of thing. They try to, anyway. They do lie a lot. That bothers me. They do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not okay.
It's reality TV.
But anyway, what else? Scooby-Doo. Love me some Scooby-Doo.
So do I, and I'm excited. I watched all of the Scooby-Doo movies, the Scooby-Doo animated series, so I grew up on Scooby-Doo. So I'm very excited for that.
So how did you grow up on Scooby-Doo and I grew up on Scooby-Doo? Because you must have watched the animated movies, because I didn't really watch those. I wasn't much of a cartoon watcher when I was a kid. I don't know why. My brother was glued to the TV, and I just was like, I don't know. But I did watch Scooby-Doo, and I loved that one.
It's so good. And, I mean, there's always a resolution at the end of every show.
Maybe that's it.
You feel good knowing that the bad guy's been caught.
Maybe that's it. Maybe there's an actual plot, and, you know...
It never really leaves you hanging.
Yeah, it doesn't. There was always a mystery to be solved, so there was a real plot with that. So I love that one. Now, as far as the awards, did you get to see some of those?
It was too late for me on Sunday night, so I didn't tune in a lot. But I did look back and watch a few things.
Yeah.
Hannah Brown, she was on The Bachelorette this past season, she won some reality award, and she was flanked where she sat in the crowd. She was flanked by two of her ex-boyfriends.
What?
So, and they were cheering her on. They seemed pleasantly proud of her.
They planned where they were sitting.
Yeah?
I would think so.
I feel like that would be a little bit awkward, but...
I think it would too, but maybe it was a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, anything to get people talking.
Yeah, you know people are going to talk about that.
Yeah, and I hate to be honest about some of these people, like, I don't know her. Some of these people I know, Gwen Stefani, Blake Shelton.
Which she was iconic in her clothing choices.
Always.
Maybe it wasn't something that I would choose.
No.
But it definitely made a statement.
If you want to be random. And one more thing, Pink. What was it she said? I feel like kindness is like an act of rebellion.
I'm not sure what that means.
I think it means that kindness is so rare right now. It's like to actually go out and try to be kind is like an act against a rebellion against what the world is looking at or facing or is right now.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just focused on different things, but I think kindness is there if you look for it.
I totally believe that, yeah, but I kind of think I understand what she was saying. But thank you, Kaylee.
Yeah. Thanks for that clarification.
That's all I got with it. Okay. All right, we're playing blank spaces when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Kaylee, you're good at this game. You're going to have to pull us out. Okay?
Here we go.
I love this lotion.